it's determined that it's exactly what I say, you have a receipt for the food that you bought, but you don't have a receipt for the food that you stole, I'm putting you in for 90 days. So if you want to gamble that, you can gamble that. But I'm not asking questions right now. I'm not playing games with you. Good morning. Counsel, I've got two files from Mr. Hart. One, no, that's not his. I got one file from Mr. Hart. November 12, 25, operating while impaired. Let's see. He was sentenced on May 14th. Fines and costs, 12 months probation, 8 days on the work program. He's here today because as part of our work program process, the supervisor took the crew to lunch, and on two different occasions, Mr. Hart helped himself to some food at the counter that he didn't pay for.
I talked to Mr. Hartz, and he actually showed me a credit card receipt for the day in question. I don't have the amount, and I was asking Mr. Lilly if we could adjourn so that I can get more facts as far as what the amount that we were disappointing was stolen on that day. If it lines up with the amount on his credit card statement on the same day for at the same restaurant, we would ask the probation to dismiss that one and allow him to complete his whole program.
Okay.
But we are prepared today to plead guilty to the violation of probation for the failure or the failure to set up protest.
We'll do it all at once. All right. So hold on. I want you to be clear on something. My understanding is that you purchased some food at the restaurant and you also took food at the restaurant that you didn't pay for. So I'll give you the adjournment. But just so you understand, today, if I find you responsible for stealing food, I'm going to give you 3 days in jail instead of the 3 remaining days on the work program. If you go through all this and it's determined that it's exactly what I say, you have a receipt for the food that you bought, but you don't have a receipt for the food that you stole, I'm putting you in for 90 days. So if you want to gamble that, you can gamble that. But I'm not asking questions right now. I'm not playing games with you. All right? I'm not asking questions right now. I'm just telling you where you're at. I think you're playing games with me. So if you want to play the game, just you're talking, I'm not asking questions. If you want to play the game, understand that it has costs when you lose. So with that, if you want to talk to counsel, talk to counsel. If you want to just have a date to come back, I'll do that. And I'll have somebody from Blue Sky Restaurant here.
Please prepare to plead guilty to both, except the 3 days in jail.
Yes?
3 two doors and a son I'll take care of full time.
Okay.
My mother passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Outside of stomach, and everybody else take.
How old are the kids?
Sons who work, my other two, my daughter just turned 10, Joel board.
Okay.
My other daughter is 6.
Okay.
Take care of them, what time of myself.
Okay.
I'll smoke weed.
I'll give you some time. I'll give you a little time to make arrangements, but you're doing 3 days in jail. You don't have to start it today. No. It's not a money thing. Like I said, I'll give you some time to make some arrangements. And I would strongly suggest the 4-year-old's probably too young, but certainly the 10-year-old is old enough to get her some grief counseling. Get her some grief counseling. And if you talk to my probation department, they can probably give you some. Emily, did you get that one I just found out about the one in Northville? Hold on a minute.
I've seen when I passed on North Line Road, I think it's Beacon Baptist, they have a huge thing of grief sharing. I know that's the word that you usually use to counsel.
I'm not going to find it now. Just grief counseling. I'll just say that your daughter would benefit, but go ahead.
Well,
I don't care. You owe me 3 days in jail. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you to start right now. I'll give you a little time. What's that?
what time do you get the time?
I want the jail done by the end of the month. And that's a gift. That's a huge gift. But I'm not going to wait. You got to tell me when you're going to report for jail.
Can you
Make some phone calls. Yeah.
find out?
Yeah. in the next half hour, I want you to come in here and say, I want to report for jail on such and such a day.
Like, 2 of the days could be weekend days. Saturday and Sunday, or Thursday night, and
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know if anybody's doing that now.
and it is Sumter, so I'd have to contact Huron PD, so I don't know if they're gonna do 3.
She can check, she can confirm that while he's talking to the boss. I don't care what days they are. If they'll accommodate him so he can do Saturday and Sunday, that's fine.
Next week, Wednesday, Thursday.
You sure?
Okay.
So that's the 24th. You'll report here at 9 o'clock in the morning. Got that, Mr. Rowley?
Yes.
All right. And once again, grief counseling.
Over 300.
That's, you still owe the money, whatever you got working out on that. Take a couple deep breaths. I mean, like, do it. Deep breaths. What happened? You got so worked up. Where did you get your expungement paperwork? Some website?
Went to the college, to Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. And they helped you fill out the paperwork?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try to explain something to you. Courts speak through their orders. Okay? What you're trying to do with an expungement needs a written order, a piece of paper that says on such and such a day, today, somebody, me, ordered an expungement. And then there's all kinds of details that go into that paperwork. It's a form that just has to be filled out properly and submitted to me. But I don't do the paperwork. Okay? Now, if you had somebody at the college that was assisting you, then they missed part of the problem or process, because when you're asking a court to do something, you need to have an order. So if the court says yes, the court can sign the order. You follow me? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I think, I've never done it, but I think you can probably find an order online, fill it out, and bring it back to the court. If nothing else, go back to whoever helped you get to this point and tell them, the judge said I got to have an order. Help me fill out the order.
No, it's just,
Not yet. I'm willing to sign the order. I'm just not willing to type it up. Okay? Go ahead.
so I did get paper from the college. I did submit paper downstairs to the desk.
Yeah.
Months ago. I submitted it to.
Where's the file?
To you guys. And I submitted it to the state police.
Right. I got it.
So I'm stating that it's.
None of that's in order.
Oh.
What you submitted was the application to set aside the conviction. Okay? And you did everything right. It went to the prosecutor, it went to the AG's office, it went to the court, but this isn't the order. Technically, they shouldn't have taken this because you didn't sign the proof of service. But, okay, but there's no order. So I can grant this, but it doesn't count unless there's an order. You follow me? So just wherever you want to play around online, you can probably find instructions online. Once you get that, where you live, I didn't even look, where you live. All right, so what'd you give her?
The order number.
Okay,
I can
so,
put my email on the back. Or you just have to put it back through the contact us email.
all right, so you don't have to come back. Get the order, email it to us through our website. Okay? That's all you gotta do.
Just make sure it's completely filled out.
Okay, we're gonna get you there. You good? Go away. You swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court, the amount of $5,000 if you don't show up.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right, louder, I can't hear you.
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Also, you owe us $618. Goes back to a domestic violence from 2016. It'd be real nice if between now and that court date, you made some kind of arrangement to get some payments on that, or otherwise pay it off. So you can quote unquote pay it off with some time. We've got some options where you can do some work program or community service to get that debt cleared out. Understood?
Yes.
You can make contact with our court through our email or in person to talk about those options. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Counsel, you ready on Williams?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All
yes.
right. So I've got 2 stacks of files with Mr. Williams' name on them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 local Romulus files, 2 drove while license suspended, standalone files, 1 unregistered vehicle, standalone file, disorderly person, standalone file, and then I've got a multi-count IBAC, drove while license suspended, reckless driving and registration or plate violation. It looks like they're all in the same position, need to be dealt with. So we can hook him up with a pretrial on July 2 at 8:30 in the morning with Judge Martin on those. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 county prosecuted files. Drove while unlicensed, drove while suspended, revoked, operating while intoxicated, and emergency management state of emergency disobeying executive order. Same deal. We can set him up with pretrials on all those on June 30th, 8:45 with Judge Martin. I'm assuming, Mr. Nunley, that you would waive formal reading on all these files?
That is correct, Your Honor. I would ask the court to enter
That happened.
guilty on all of them.
I am trying to find a bond recommendation because I'm sure we've got one. There we go. All right. Did you see the bond rec as well, counsel?
I did.
All right. All right. While I start putting court dates in these files, let's talk about bond.
Okay. So, we recognize that he has, some outstanding misdemeanor warrants out of this court, as well as it looks like a few other courts. Mr. Williams is currently employed. He's been working at Culver's for about 6 months. And he indicated that he spoke to somebody at Culver's and told him that if he can make it back to work by tomorrow, then he will be able to keep his employment. That is, very important to him. He's currently living with his brother in Westland. He says he's not on probation or parole. He just got out of treatment at Lighthouse a few months back. He said that he did get through the program. He completed it successfully when he was discharged at the time. That being said, he also indicated he just had to pay rent. He doesn't have any money with which to post any sort of bond. So I think a $100 bond will keep him in there. That being said, we'd ask the court to consider a personal bond. I explained to him that, the failure to appears are just going to land him back in there and that they need to be dealt with. And he seems to understand that and wants to get this moving so he doesn't end up in this position again.
Mr. Williams, anything you want to add?
Yeah. When I'm supposed to have showed up, when I'm supposed to showed up to go back to court, I was really up. I was telling you the truth. I was scared because I didn't know what the court was going to say. I would probably because I had a job before then too. I didn't know if I was going to lose my job and be locked up and not be able to, I just apologize to the courts that it had to come down to this. But, yes, if I can try to start a payment plan, I will start it immediately. I get paid next Tuesday. Anything on my check, I can work it out.
Well, at this point, you don't owe us any money because none of these cases have been sentenced.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Williams, the reason I'm not giving you a personal bond is because you were uncooperative with the police department.
Oh,
So I'm not asking questions, sir. I'm explaining my ruling.
okay.
So in addition to all these FTAs, which is bad, but I could write that off to, you've changed your ways because these are older files, but you weren't booked in 2020. You were just booked now. So I'm thinking you still have an attitude issue. So on these files, each one of these is 1,010%. That means on the county files, you got to post $400. And on the Romulus files, you got to post $500. Any clarification necessary, Mr. Nunley?
No, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a great day.
If you can't post your bond.